Hello guys, we're back. How do I build an all-weather portfolio? This right here is going to be the part 2 of this series on how do I build an all-weather portfolio, iShares 20-year bonds. We're talking about the TLT. This page right here is written by Tony Tran. Okay, let's jump into this. Okay, how do I build an all-weather portfolio? We're going to be going and discussing the TLT. 40% of this all-weather portfolio is actually TLT iShare 20-plus year treasury bonds. It's an ETF. Let's go and check out what is inside of the TLT iShares. Okay, we're going to go to Yahoo Finance. The little summary, if you wanted to buy this ETF by itself right now, you can actually buy the ticker symbol TLT, iShares 20-year treasury bonds. And right now, per share is $143.92. That is what it is trading at as of today. Okay, we got a couple opening closes. Okay, but we need to find out what is actually inside of a treasury bond because some people actually would like to know these things. So let's just let them know. We're going to go to holdings. And right here we have 0 stocks inside of these treasury bonds, which makes sense because they are bonds. Okay, 99.83% will be bonds. Sector weighted, everything is zeroed out. As you can see, equity holding, as you can see, zeroed out. Okay, when we go to the bond ratings, this right here is the only thing that the TLT holds, which is triple rated. They have to be triple rated bonds. We're talking about the best of the best. I think the only thing that's actually better than that is the U.S. government bonds. We're talking about the federal government bonds. Maybe not municipals, but the federal government bonds. Let's check out what a triple rated bond is. So I got this from The Balance. This is actually a website called The Balance. And they do actually go over what a triple A-rated bond is, and I'm really not going to cover all of it, but I will let you know. I will have this link in the description below to all these websites that I'm actually in. But basically, to have a triple A-rated bond rating, you need to have an A rating from Fetch, Moody's, and the Standard & Poor's. We're talking about all three to get the triple A. That's the only thing that's going to get you a triple A rated. These are supposed to be the best of the best, like I mentioned before. We're not talking about the junks, not the junk bonds. That may actually be a topic for us to cover later. Matter of fact, if you would be interested in me covering junk rated bonds, let me know. Leave a comment below. Getting back to it. Okay, so now that we know what triple A rated bonds will be, how they're rated, who rates them, let's go on down. So the top 6 holdings, which is 31.81% of the total assets in this portfolio, we're talking about the TLT ETF, is 31.81% of that is going to be broken into these right here. You can see the names on the left. In the middle, there's a symbol, which it says N/A. And then off to the right, you got the percentage of assets held. So we have the United States Treasury bond, 2.88%. There's like 6% in there, 6.33. U.S. Treasury bonds, 2.5%, which is 6.32. And you guys can read the rest of that. It's just basically what the bond's name is, what the percentage what interest rate it actually gives to the portfolio, to the TLT fund, and then over to the right is how much of that portfolio is actually made up of it. So if you have any other questions, let me know. We can start a discussion. I can kind of give a more in-depth discussion about this, but it's pretty simplified just by thinking about these bonds have interest rates that they give, and that's how this portfolio produces its overall interest based on these bonds and the percentages that they are. All right. Okay, the fund overview. So this is long-term government. We're talking about the fund family is going to be the iShares. I personally like the iShares. The net assets, $19.2 billion is the net assets of this fund. Whoo, that is a lot. Okay, total return is going to be year to date, daily total return is going to be 5.55, and the yield is going to be 2.11. Okay, so if the daily total return is going to be 5.5, let's just say that this ETF went up 5.5% year to date. That's going to be from the start of the year to today, and then the yield is 2.11. That means if you add those both together over a year's time, a 12-month year's time, a full year calendar, you'll have this thing being at, we're talking about 7.66 or something like that. So, but the year's not over. We're just in the month of February, and this thing is already doing really, really, really well. So this thing can be up, who knows, 10, 15%. It could be beating its average. Anyways, the legal type is a ETF, which is an exchange traded fund. Right here, you will see the fund summary. I'll let you guys read that right there. But overall, they're just saying that 90% of the assets are bonds, and they're saying that the U.S. Treasury maturity greater than or equal to 20 years. So we're talking about the bonds. So there you guys go. Let me subscribe. You guys, like always, stay awesome and stay tuned for part 3. Later.